Hey guys, I am really excited for today's video. I recently had the urge to ask you guys what makeup products you think I would like based on just what you know about me and my preferences. And so I asked on both my YouTube community tab and on my Instagram stories what products you would recommend to me. And I ended up purchasing quite a few of your recommendations, not quite enough for an entire full face. I didn't want to get too much because you guys know I like to kind of keep my purchases to a minimum, but I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to try out some products that you guys thought I would specifically like. So I'm really excited to get started. I already feel like you guys know me very well, so I have a good feeling about this. Some of these things just arrived yesterday and I have not even opened them. I haven't even taken them out of the box. And then two of the products I have already used a few times. So the first product I got that was recommended is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. So this is a gripping primer and I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I've actually had my eye on this and I've also just been wanting to try a gripping primer. So when I saw this recommended, I was like, okay, I think I'm finally gonna take the plunge and try that out. And this is one of the products I have not tried yet. I actually want to try just putting this primer on one side of my face. That way, since it's the first time I'm trying this primer and the foundation we're about to try, we can at least kind of separate out the two variables a little bit and, see what this is actually doing. So I think I'm just going to apply this to the right side of my face. And I do have sunscreen on already. It's the Paula's Choice Essential Glow SPF 30 moisturizer. And that has had over an hour to sink in now, so hopefully that won't interfere too much. I just got one pump. And let's, oh, it is kind of tacky. Hoping that this doesn't interact with my sunscreen in a weird way or anything. Hope it doesn't cause any pilling. That would be my one hope because, it is kind of like a gel texture and sometimes those can pill, but we'll see. It smells good. It smells like watermelon. And I'm kind of patting it in rather than rubbing to hopefully help it mesh in well and not lift up my sunscreen too much or anything. Okay, so I'm not seeing any pilling so far, which is great news. So the foundation that my friend, it was actually Emily's makeup bag who recommended this to me, and I feel like she and I have similar taste in makeup, and I think we have similar skin types too. She recommended the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation, and I ended up getting the shade Fair 30N, and I have not used this yet either, but this does look like the perfect shade match for me. I think I did a great job picking out a shade if I do say so myself. So the claims of this are hydrating foundation with skin perfecting medium buildable coverage for natural healthy looking skin. That sounds like my ideal foundation, so let's see if it delivers. Foundations can be so, I feel just so personal. One thing that works really well for one person might work totally different on another person, even with the same skin type, so very curious to see how this works. Nice little bottle. I know this has been out for a while. A lot of people also recommended the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer, but I don't know, I kind of wanted to try this. Maybe I'll have to try that one another time. So, seriously, perfect shade match. I can't imagine a better shade match. So I just took one pump. It's not super runny, but it's also not super thick either. So let's see how this does. Kind of just dotting it around. This is how I pretty much always apply foundation. It's very rare that I buy makeup for a video, so I don't know, but for some reason I was just so excited to film this video. I love getting you guys involved in my videos, any kind of video where you guys are participating or helping me decide what to try or what to use. I just really enjoy that type of video. So using my Base Blue Ghost sponge. I love this little sponge, it's so cute. Let's see. I'm very, very curious to see how this works. I know a lot of people like this one, and it definitely, I feel like the people who like this are people with a similar skin type to mine, so. I'm sitting down to film this at 1 o'clock, so I will definitely put a pinned comment on the video with some updates on how the products wore, so you guys can get a little bit of an update. Alright, so that is one layer, and I have no complaints right now. None. I think it's just supposed to give a natural finish, and that is exactly what it has done. It's not super dewy. Sometimes those can be a little bit overboard, but this, it just looks like skin. Coverage is also, I would say, medium. You can definitely still see, some acne scarring there, but let's just take I don't know, probably less than half a pump there, and just try to build up I burned my hand on my curling iron twice in the same spot, so that's why it looks like that. It had like just healed from the last time, and then I burned the exact same spot again. Like, just my luck. I think that looks really nice so far. And as far as the difference between the primer side and the non-primer side, I'm not noticing any dramatic differences, but I actually feel like the non-primer side, I'm seeing a little bit more of my dry patches showing through, whereas on this side it just looks very smooth. Almost like the Jelly Pop primer kind of gave my skin a little bit of like extra hydration. So far so good. We'll see how this primer affects the wear of this foundation versus the side without. But oh yeah, another product that I don't have for this video specifically is concealer, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my favorite e.l.f. Hydrating Camo. The blush that was recommended to me by a couple of people was the LYS Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush, and I went ahead and got it. I think you guys already saw that I bought this. I talked about it in my Sephora sale recommendations video. I've been using this and I love it. I love it. So I can already tell you that. I ended up getting the shade Kindness, which is the lightest shade that it comes in. It's a beautiful, just peachy pink, beautiful color. And I'm just going to apply this. I've been just using it with like a dense brush like this. This is the BK Beauty 101. I have a few different brushes that I like to bounce between for cream blush, but you can see it's pigmented. And this product had actually been on my wish list for a while, so when I saw that a few people were recommending that I try this, I was like, well, it's a done deal. I'm gonna get it, because I've already been thinking about it. I'm going to town here. There were a few other cream blushes that I was also really interested in trying, but I was like, okay, you can't buy 3 different cream blushes for this video. But the other 2 were the Milani Cheek Kiss cream blush. I definitely want to try that sometime too. And the Melt Blush Light cream blushes. Both of those I think were recommended more than once. So anyway, this is one I ended up getting just because I already had wanted it for a while and been wanting to try this brand too. So people were also recommending the LYS bronzer and foundation, which are also on my wish list for another time, but look at that beautiful color. This is the perfect blush shade for like the sunburnt blush look because it really does just look like I got a little too much sun. It looks so natural, and I love the packaging too. It's got a magnetic closure. It's not metal, it is plastic, but it's this beautiful like rose gold. It's very sleek, and this is only $16, even though this is a Sephora brand, so very happy that I got this. Thank you so much for this recommendation. Okay, so a few things that I didn't end up purchasing for this video were powder, bronzer, and highlighter. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some that I already had for that, and I think I'm just going to use my Project Pan items for that, my Jordana powder, my Becca highlighter and champagne pop, and then my Franken Bronzer. So I will be right back after I've done those things. Also going to go ahead and apply my eyelid primer and my brow pomade. You guys, my skin looks so nice right now. I love this whole look so far. All right, next for the moment we've all been waiting for is eyeshadow. So I bought the Sigma Enchanted palette. This was recommended by a couple of people. Some people just said Sigma eyeshadows, and some people specifically said Sigma Enchanted. And I feel like I've heard nothing but good things about this palette, so I'm really excited to have this. It also comes with a dual-ended brush that is actual like Sigma brushes. It's the E38 crease brush and the E54 medium sweeper, which I have used this palette twice now, and I can say this brush is really nice. Now, the first time I used this palette, I really didn't end up liking the look that I did. I had like loam in my crease, evergreen, this like really deep forest green in my outer corner, and then this shade Cosmos on my lid. And I had to say I was a little disappointed by this Cosmos shade because it just looked kind of muddy. Like before I dipped into it in the pan, it looked like a really beautiful duochrome, but on my lid it was just kind of lackluster, and it didn't even look very green. It almost looked like a, I don't know, like very olivey green, like more so than it looks in the pan. Anyway, that was my first time using the palette. My second time using the palette, it was a video I pre-filmed for Vlogmas that'll be coming in December, but I used this shade on my lid. That was really beautiful. So when I swatched all these shimmers though, some of them swatched really well, and then some of them, like Metamorphosis, just looked really, really sheer. So honestly, I don't know, like, I am a little bit of a shimmer snob, and I'm not sure. Some of these shimmers just look like they don't show up true to what you see in the pan, but I've only used it twice so far, so I'm gonna keep playing with it. So the lip color I have that I'll show you in a little while is actually like a very bright kind of coral color. So I wanna keep that in mind while I do this eye look. So I'm gonna start out with the shade Innocent, this nice like rosy matte color. This is a beautiful color for the crease. It's raining so hard right now, I don't know if you guys can hear that. This is a really nice soft crease brush. I feel like the fact that it basically comes with 2 Sigma brushes is a really good deal, because I mean the palette I think was $49, but like a Sigma brush is what, like $15 on its own, so I feel like that's a pretty good deal if you are a fan of Sigma brushes or you're wanting to try their brushes. All right, so I kind of want to take this shade Terra here, which is like sort of a brick brown color. In the pictures online, this color and this color looked a lot lighter, and I was kind of hoping they'd be a little bit lighter. Like this almost looked like more of a medium toned like terracotta shade, but in reality it's really more of like a reddish brown. And then this green is like almost black, but it looked more of, I don't know, just like a lighter version of this color online, which is what I was kind of expecting. But I'm going to take that shade Terra on a detail pencil brush and build that up in my outer corner. This shade I haven't used yet, so I am curious to see how it shows up. Yeah, I do think the mattes in here are definitely nice and pigmented. They don't go on patchy. They blend well, so no complaints there. And this is my first time trying Sigma eyeshadows, by the way. Then I'm taking some of that on my e.l.f. crease brush and just blending it a little bit. I think I am actually getting a little bit of patchiness over here, and I'm not sure if that's my fault. I usually do have more trouble with my left eye than my right eye, but... So then I'm going to take the shade Budding. This is a nice, like, metallic, rosy pink. And I'm just going to apply it with my finger to the center of my lid. I do feel like this look is getting a little messy as far as those matte shades, so we're going to try to clean that up a little bit in a minute, but first I want to take Moonglade here. This it's like a softer, more pearly shimmer than some of those other shimmers, and it's just like a light kind of lilac-y pink. Also on my finger, and I'm going to apply that to the inner third of my lid. Okay, that's a really pretty shade. Almost like a little bit iridescent. It's pretty. I'm not sure about this pairing of shades. I don't know how this is going to all look together. And I am letting that overlap a little bit with the middle shade too. Okay, so then to kind of try to clean up this situation, I'm going to take a mix of Innocent and Quartz, the matte cream color and the matte pink color, and use that to just kind of blend this area. All right, and then I'm just taking a little bit more of Terra in my outer corner and kind of blending that down here as well. And I'm going to take some of just Quartz and use that to clean up this area. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more of Moonglade on my inner corner. Okay, that is a really pretty color, really pretty. I do want to just have a little bit more of Budding on the center of my lid just to kind of bring that back. It got a little bit buried. Pretty. This look kind of makes me think of Modern Renaissance, actually. Okay, so an eyeliner pencil that was recommended by one of you guys was the NYX Epic eyeliner pencil. This person said their favorite is the All-Time Olive shade. I ended up picking up the shade Rose Gold, and I'm really excited to try this. I've been a lot more into eyeliners than I used to be lately, and I don't have a shade like this. This is actually, like, most of my eyeliner shades are like kind of on the darker side. So I thought it might be interesting to try like a light rose gold color, kind of maybe in like my waterline. So is this retractable? Okay, so it seems like this is a plastic pencil, but it doesn't retract. So I guess you do sharpen like this actual pencil. And by the way, another thing that you guys influenced me to buy, like not for this video, but earlier this month I was complaining about not having a good pencil sharpener, and a lot of you guys recommended the Ulta Beauty brand. And I wanted to say thank you so much for this recommendation, because it works. My pencils fit in there and it sharpens them very cleanly, and it's just great. I think this was like $4 or $5, so I can definitely agree that this is a great pencil sharpener. Let's do a little swatchy swatch here. Oh, this is like a light rose gold. There's that swatch. That's actually a really light color. This would make a really pretty eyeshadow base, but I'm gonna try this actually in my waterline. See how well it applies there. Ooh, it's very brightening. This would also make a gorgeous like inner corner highlight color. I will be curious to see how well this lasts in the waterline too. Okay, that's pretty. In the past I had the NYX Epic Ink liner, like the liquid liner, and I remember really liking that, so excited about this. I'll definitely let you guys know how that ended up, or how long that ended up lasting. I'm also just going to apply my Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara, this is one I already had, and then we will come back for the lips. Okay, so mascara is on. I only put mascara on the top lashes, decided to just leave my lower lashes bare to really let that brightening eyeliner kind of show through. So far, it has stayed in my waterline. Sometimes eyeliners will just like disappear from your waterline in like 5 minutes, but so far so good with this one. The very last thing that I wanted to try today, and I'm hoping that this will go okay with this eye look. The eye look turned out a lot more like purpley and plummy than I was expecting, but Margaret Loves Makeup recommended the CoverGirl Outlast Ultimatte liquid lipstick. She said they last all day, are super comfortable, doesn't feel like a liquid lipstick, and available in some beautiful shades. So the shade that appealed to me the most was Bellini. This looks like a beautiful orangey coral. This is very much like a spring and summer shade for me, but it was the only shade of the line that looked like kind of something I didn't already have color-wise, so let's just see how this looks. I may need to like tweak my eye look after this because this might not go very well with this eye look, but we'll see. I do love a comfortable liquid lipstick. I do feel like they're hard to find though, and I've been kind of looking for a good like drugstore liquid lipstick formula that's not drying, so. Wow, okay. I feel like on camera, this is looking very orange. In real life, it's more of like a coral, like pinky orange. Really pretty. So far, it feels very lightweight. I think the key with any liquid lipstick is to just apply like one applicator's worth, which is exactly what I did for both the top and bottom. I didn't dip it back in there at all. And it feels very lightweight. Like it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything on my lips right now. The color is really fun. It doesn't quite go with this eye look. Let me see if I can remedy that at all. I feel like it's this light purple shade that maybe doesn't go super well. What if I try tapping some of Metamorphosis on my lid? Let's just see what that does. This is definitely more of a sheer shimmer. Kind of reminds me of Glass Bowl from Colourpop. Okay, so I ended up tapping some of Sunburst. I've got like 4 different colors on my lid now. It's a little excessive, but I ended up tapping some of Sunburst, which is just this light kind of peachy champagne shimmer all over my lid to kind of tone down the purpliness of the look a little bit, and I feel like that does work a little bit better with the lip. It's still not perfect. I do feel like these two don't exactly go super well together, but on their own, I think I really will enjoy both of these. This lip is going to be perfect for me in like the spring and summer. I do love that shade, and I will definitely update you guys on how this lip shade wore on me throughout the day after I like eat lunch and stuff. Other than the colors not going super well together, which is totally my fault, I am really happy with pretty much every single part of this look, but especially the base and like all the face products. My skin looks so good. This foundation so far, at least upon like initial application, it looks amazing. My skin looks smooth. It doesn't look cakey. Honestly, this is kind of giving me Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation vibes, which is not something I say very often at all. And I also think that the primer side, which is this side, does look a little bit better than this side. It looks a little bit smoother, more hydrated. I'm not seeing really any dry patches on this side, whereas on this side I do see a little bit of dryness like around the mouth, which is usually kind of my problem area, is right around here. The cream blush I've already determined I love. Very happy with that. The eyeshadow palette I'm still not entirely sure about. I'm still trying to figure out my thoughts on this. It is an expensive palette, so I do feel like I need to like really test this out some more. Maybe I'll have to do some sort of 1 week 1 palette on this at some point to really get to know it. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure yet. Especially the first look I did with this, I felt like came out very muddy and not at all like I envisioned based on the way that the shades looked in the palette. So I'm gonna keep testing it, but I do like how this look turned out today, even though I applied like way more shades than I ever normally would have, but yeah, so thank you guys so much for sharing your recommendations with me. I do feel like you guys know me really well. I'm really happy so far. I will of course keep you updated on all of these products, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you again very soon in my next one. Bye.